Hi, I'm Jessica Sittimer, the Greenlight Coach, founder of Greenlight University, and star of the reality show Lights, Camera, Action. I am so excited to be able to bring you this free training series where you are going to learn what you need to know to create a strong foundation for having the career of your dreams. Now, as an entertainment career coach, I tend to speak to entertainment professionals, but the foundational tools I teach apply to any business. I've simply found that entertainment professionals would rather focus on their art, craft, or skill than the business side of the business. So I've taken tools from the business world and changed the language to make it fun and easy and relatable to anyone, because building a business is really exciting when you have tools and strategies to do it the way you choose. So if you want to get more work than you're getting, or if you're getting work but you want better work, like if you're working non-union and you want to work union, or if you want different work, like someone who's working in commercials but who would rather work in features, if you want to put systems in place so the business part gets done with ease so you can focus on what you're truly passionate about, TV, movies, commercials, documentaries, theater, webisodes, I'm going to show you some simple secrets to sell and market yourself in a way that feels authentic and doesn't feel like selling or marketing. It feels like you're doing stuff you love and getting noticed for it. So whether you're new to the industry or have been in it for years, I can help. In this first video, I'm going to share the 6 building blocks to set the stage for career success. I'm also going to tell you why entertainment professionals are more likely to understand and implement these building blocks more than people who spend tens of thousands of dollars to get a business MBA, and why if you really want to succeed in entertainment, this is the time to get the business part of your dream in order. There have been major changes in our industry over the last decade, and new changes are coming faster and faster, and I'm going to tell you about these changes in a little while. But what you need to know now is it's important to be prepared and comfortable with your business foundation before more changes come. So whether you're an actor, writer, director, producer, DP, editor, production designer, or in pre-production, production, or post, if you want a successful career, this video will show you what you must know, what you must comprehend, and most importantly, the foundation you must build if you want the opportunity to use your gifts to work on your ideal projects. Before I go any further, I want to be clear. This is not a get job quick solution. I am not going to teach you how to negotiate a contract or tell you how much money you should be asking for. What I am going to teach you are the fundamental tools, strategies, and mindsets from Greenlight U, which is how you build a successful foundation for getting work, making more money, and connecting with powerful industry contacts. Because here's the deal. It really is 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. And people who are successful in this business are well connected. But they didn't all start out that way. The beauty of our industry is you can start out knowing no one in the industry and become a star at what you do. You can get to anyone you want to know as long as you're professional in how you pursue them. And I know this because not only have I helped thousands of people worldwide do it, I've also done it myself. Something else you should know about me. Not only have I coached for over a decade, I have successfully worked in the industry for over 20 years. So I wouldn't make you do anything that I haven't done myself. In fact, what I teach is a culmination of what I found to be proven tools, mindsets, and strategies for myself and my clients. So this training is about sharing what's worked for thousands of people, communicating it in a way that resonates with creative people so that you can take these building blocks and make them your own. Because there's only one you, so when you put your stamp on it, your business system will be like no one else's. Before I go on, let me address what tends to come up for people when I talk about building a business foundation. Jessica, I'm not good at this part. That's why I'm a camera operator, so I can stay behind the camera. Or, that's why I'm an editor, so I could be alone in a dark room. Go talk to actors. So I do, and the actors say, but Jessica, that's why we want to go into character, so we don't have to be ourselves. So you see, creative people want to be creative people, not business people. You're not alone. You want your talent to speak for itself. Unfortunately, it can't if no one is exposed to it because you don't focus on the business side. It can be intimidating, even scary, especially if you've tried and been rejected. I understand this because I am one of those creative people. I first knew I wanted to do this when I was 4 years old watching the Monkees.
Here we come, walk down the street. We get funniest looks from everyone we meet. Hey, hey, with a monkey.
I always liked Mickey because he was the funny one. And I would sit on my rug, eyes glued to my TV, waiting for him to walk into screen, and he always did, and I would swoon. Until one day, Mickey walked out with his arm around a little girl. And she was my height, same age, same hairstyle, and I froze. And I did the only thing a jealous 4-year-old could do. I screamed, "Mom!" She came running in like the house was on fire or someone was breaking in, and I just pointed and I said, "Who is that girl? And why is she with Mickey?" Well, once my mom caught her breath and found the humor in the situation, she said, "Well, honey, she's an actress." So I asked, "What's an actress?" And she told me. So I said, "I want to be an actress." To which I received those dreaded words. Well, you gotta know people. All right, we've all heard it. Well, I knew people. I knew my cousins. I knew my babysitters. And while none of them knew the Monkees, one cousin and one babysitter gave me their full set of Monkee albums. And I still have them, so don't lend me things. But I figured if I didn't know the Monkees and the people I knew didn't know the Monkees, someone out there had to. So if I memorized every word to every song and walked around singing them, someone would discover me and put me on the Monkees. So that's what I did. I walked around for a year singing Monkee songs. My parents probably should have explained syndication to me at that point because the show hadn't been shot in years, but why break a kid's heart, right? Now at 4, it was easy to be fearless. I didn't interpret no as a bad thing. I just went on to the next. And then I got into high school and I tried out for cheerleading. And these girls could do splits and flips, and me? Well, I could lift my leg almost parallel to the floor. So needless to say, I didn't make the team. But my mother always used to say, you could do anything you set your mind to. So I set my mind to it. I had a boyfriend on the hockey team, so I thought, why not create my own cheerleading squad? And we don't need to do flips or splits. In fact, we can just wear our boyfriend's hockey jerseys and cheer from the bleachers. And that's exactly what we did. In fact, the other hockey teams were so distracted by us that our team took us on the road with them. I put my mom saying you can do anything you put your mind to into everything I did. And I got very involved in college activities, including women's intramural football. And was president of my sorority for 2 years. Now, a sorority may make some of you roll your eyes, but the leadership and communication skills you learn when you are governing a body of over 100 18 to 21-year-old girls are lifelong. And the marketing and selling skills I learned from Rush, I had no idea I'd be using those creative techniques years later to sell and market myself. I do have a confession though. I went through college living a lie. I went to college for my parents. In my heart, I always knew I wanted to be an actress, but going to college was their plan for me. When I mentioned theater major, my dad told me I needed to have something practical to fall back on. So I never spoke of acting again. I told my parents I was going to go into advertising. Then my senior year, I needed an elective class just for the credits. I chose to take a freshman year acting class. It was the only A I truly ever earned. And my teacher called me into her office at the end of the semester and told me that she believed in me and wanted to mentor me over the next 4 years. That's when I broke it to her that I was graduating. Well, she encouraged me to follow my dream. So I told my younger sister what I really wanted to do, but I still couldn't bring myself to tell my parents. So when my dad asked at graduation dinner how I planned to get a job in advertising, my sister blurted out, "She doesn't want to do that. She's going to be a big actress." I braced myself for the barrage of voice of reason that was sure to rain down on me. But instead, my dad asked if I had a plan. Well, it's me. Of course I did. I shared it with him and my mom, and they agreed to support me for a year, and if I didn't have an acting job in a year, I would rethink my career path. Well, turned out I didn't need my parents' support. I got a job at a gym when they decided to open up their new cutting-edge health club, Equinox, in Manhattan. They sent me for sales training, and while I hated cold calling, This training was one that focused on the client walking in the door, not cold calling, so I loved it. It was about relationship building, understanding who is this person walking in the door. Is he an overweight man who wants to lose weight but never worked out before? Is she a mom who needs more stamina to keep up with her kids? Is he a workout fanatic who wants the cutting edge technology and equipment? I had to get personal to learn about each individual so I knew how I can enroll them and set them up with a plan for success. Or if this gym wasn't the right place for them, like maybe suggest a women's gym down the street for the overweight woman who I could see in her physiology cringed when she saw the fit people and model-esque men. I learned to read people, and by helping them with their needs, I made sales. It didn't take me long to become a regular as salesperson of the month, and that was working half the hours of all the other salespeople so I could take acting classes. And then I got a huge break. I went to Los Angeles on a trip with a friend. His brother was dating one of the biggest agents in Hollywood, and she told me to move to LA and she would help me. So I packed my bags and moved to LA January 16th, 1994 at 4:30 in the afternoon. For those of you who are not cringing right now, 12 hours later was a Northridge earthquake, and the agent decided to get the heck out and move to New York. Well, there I was, living in LA with no connections, knowing 2 people from high school, so I did the only thing I knew to do as an actress. I put myself back in class. You see, somewhere along the way, I made that decision that actresses were at the bottom of the totem pole, unless, of course, they're A-list. I forgot my mom's saying that you could do anything you put your mind to. I gave up my power. And by doing that, I became frustrated and resentful and poor. I was watching people in my class who weren't as committed to the craft as I was. They would show up late, skip class, not rehearse, or learn their lines, and yet they were getting agents, auditions, jobs, and I just didn't get it. And that's when a friend turned me on to coaching. I did a program where everyone had a month to get a goal. My goal was to get a job on a TV show. Unfortunately, I didn't know people who could hire me or give me auditions, and halfway through the month, I realized I was not going to get my goal. But I could not face a room of 100 people and not say I had. So that's when my mom saying you could do anything you set your mind to kicked in, and I decided to screw how Hollywood says things get done. I was going to think outside of the box and get myself a job, which I did. And you'll learn how I did that in the next video. After that experience, I realized this is a business and I had to treat it like one. So I signed up for a coaching certification program, which led to 8 years of investing in intense business and marketing training courses. Of course, as I was building my skills as a coach, I continued pursuing my passions, which had now expanded. I got a job working in development for Deborah Hill Productions, where I got to work on Crazy in Alabama, Antonio Banderas' directorial debut. And there, I befriended the director of development, who encouraged my passion for writing. And to this day, he's my back pocket D guy. So I was acting, writing, producing, and after leaving Deborah, I worked for the Cinematographers Guild as their in-house career coach. So basically, I had 4 passions, or as I looked at it, 4 full-time jobs. During those 10 years, I wrote romantic comedies, wrote, produced, and starred in a single-camera comedy TV show called Prescriptions that saw some time on MTV, and acted, all while coaching at the Guild over 1,000 people, one-on-one, created over 40 seminars that addressed the changing needs of my clients as their successes grew, started a mentor program with over 100 top industry volunteers, and created an intensive coaching groups of 10 people at a time. I'm about to share with you the exact building blocks that, when put in place, create the foundation that will change your career and your life. And something to notice is that one of those building blocks helps you have a life while pursuing your dreams, because I'm not just about work. I love that I live a bi-coastal lifestyle, so I have quality time with family and friends. I can enjoy the glitz and creative energy of Hollywood and the mellow days on the boat or the warm beach water of Florida. Now, like you, I wasn't born into Hollywood royalty. I didn't step off a bus and get discovered. I'm just a girl from New Rochelle, New York, who loves starring in plays and dreamt of being in the TV and movie business. So I had to immerse myself in training as a coach, and tying that in with what I learned from consistently working in the business, the challenges and the changes of the industry, it all only helped my coaching. I also realized that having such great results with the camera clients made me want to expand. DPs needed to meet directors and producers and other heads of departments. And most importantly, based on my results of working with over 1,000 people, I had clear statistics on what it takes to succeed and how long it takes based on the client's contacts and obstacles. With this unique insight, I took a huge risk and left the stability of my job at the Guild and formed my own company, The Greenlight Coach. I believed so much in my dream that I borrowed money from my sister and parents in order to reach more people and help them build a solid business foundation for success. I have the ability to teach business skills to creative people so that people I coach get results. That's what I do in Greenlight University. And if you join us in Greenlight U, I'd love to help you get those results too. Well, now that you know my story, let's talk about why entertainment professionals are more likely to understand and implement these building blocks more than people who spend tens of thousands of dollars to get a business MBA. As we all know, in this business, it's who you know. There's a lot of money, people's jobs, and people's reputations on the line with every project. So while the business world likes to focus on know, like, trust principle, I've taken it further. In entertainment, they have to know, like, and trust you, and care about you. Because as you may have experienced, people have their go-to guys, but if they care about you, there are situations where they can give you a break. And then the domino effect starts. But people can't care about you unless they know about you. So let me ask you this. When you meet someone who can hire you, do you ask for work or to be kept in mind for future jobs? Do you give them a business card or your headshot or email them your resume? Do you use your smartphone to exchange contact info when you don't really know that much about each other? This is a huge mistake. When people are out of work and meet someone who can hire them, 99% of the time they let people know they're available. They want work. This potentially puts up a wall between you and the person you just met. That's why it's such a big mistake, because the person on the other end has a process they go through in their head. First, they go to their go-to guys. If they're not available, they ask for referrals from their contacts. If they still can't find someone, they reach out to colleagues whom they respect. They might not even know them, but they respect them and ask for their recommendations. Even when they are in a bind, it is downright unlikely that they will pull out a card from a stranger they met at an event and call him just because he does the job they needed. How can they? There's too much on the line to trust a stranger. Here's the point of this. It's not about what you do. It's about the connection you have with people. So even if your reel is spectacular, if they don't know your personality, they won't trust that you will fit in with the project family. And it is a family. So think about when a girl brings a guy home for the first time to meet her parents. Before she does that, before she brings him into her family, she grows her connection with him until she feels confident that the time is right. You don't have to ask for work, because you can let them know that you're looking by the quality of questions you ask and the stories you share. They'll get that you're looking for work, but because you don't put them on the spot by flat out asking, the door is open to grow the relationship until a deeper connection is made and a job is available. Here's why entertainment professionals are more likely to build this connection. Because we are all storytellers. We are all part of bringing stories to screen. And we wouldn't be doing this if we didn't care about stories. So as storytellers, we can get to know each other through sharing stories. And the story should have the X factors: expertise, experience, excitement. We all have stories that reveal our career and life experiences. We all have stories that highlight our expertise and what makes us the person they want to hire. And because of our passion, when we share stories about what we love to do, we can't help but exude excitement. And excitement is not only contagious, but it is a commodity. People want to work with people who still revel in excitement for what they do. Believe me, there are a lot of negative, bitter troublemakers out there. So when you bring the X factors, people want to be around you like moths to light. And there are other reasons why sharing your stories help you get connected and help you get work. First, they get to know if they have things in common with you. Second, you get to share your accomplishments without sounding like you're bragging. When I was sharing my stories of how I got to now, did I sound like I was bragging? No, yet you learned about what I've accomplished. And third, you can share your bigger vision for why you do what you do. People want to help people who have big visions. I have a client who loves to work on projects that change legislation to protect women and children. People rally around him to help him get on the films that he targets because he feels he's part of what could be change, which in turn makes them feel like they are a part of creating change. After all this, you may be saying, Jessica, this sounds great, but I'm still working on my craft. I'm not ready to focus on the business. Well, I'm not going to even bring up how many times I've had clients say to me, if only I had had you 10 years ago. Well, see, there I just did, so let's address that. I'm not asking you to give up working on your craft. I'm telling you that you can do both, and you must do both, because the industry is expanding globally faster than ever. It was not long ago when people couldn't work on a union project unless they were in the union, and the unions closed their doors, so only union members could work. Well, those days are over. With new technology and internet outlets to have work seen, what used to be minimum competition because of limited jobs, limited equipment that needed specialized training, and most of the work being shot in Los Angeles and New York, now you are competing with millions of people who have a dream. Cameras and phones with video make it easy to shoot footage. Editing is so easy a child can do it, and anyone can post video on YouTube. And the more unknowns from small towns or Gangnam styles that go viral, the stiffer your competition gets. Reality stars are going legit. Your competition and your ability to get known is going to get so oversaturated in the coming years that your dream may never come to fruition. I don't want that to happen. I want you to learn these business tools now so you can build the relationships you need. It takes time. So if you wait 2 years, people are taking your jobs, your dream. Instead, start building the connections and foundations now, so in 2 years, you'll be way ahead of everyone. In addition, having the tools are so empowering, it only enhances your ability to improve on your craft because you feel so confident about your foundation. This industry is global. Filmmakers from all over the world are collaborating using technology like Dropbox to send project pieces back and forth. You should want to be a part of this. Okay, so let's get to the 6 building blocks to set the stage for career success. Below this video, I've created a PDF sheet for you to take notes on. So if you haven't downloaded it, hit pause, get it, and come on back. Okay, so like I said, when my sister outed my acting dreams to my parents at my graduation dinner, I was waiting for all the warnings. What I got was a limiting timeline. But other people here, who do you think you are? What makes you think that you have something special? Other people have it. It's so hard. Why do you want to struggle? It's a crazy business. You're too normal. People in that industry are all effed up. You're going to get corrupted. Have you seen Californication? And on, making it seem so negative and so unobtainable, right? When all you want is support. They don't have to get it. Just be supportive and positive. I get it. I have plenty of friends who thought I was crazy to move to LA. I even lost friends who couldn't deal with my choice. And the reason why I answer a question a day on my blog and send out my industry articles is to help those who are struggling get answers and feel connected to me. Because I not only care about your dream and admire you for pursuing it, I want to help you live it and enjoy the journey to achieving it. When people come to me for the first time, I ask them where they want to be in 5 years. And the most popular answer is working. Yet they have no plan for how to get that work. So I'm going to start with the broader aspects of building your business foundation and for success, and get more detailed as the video series continues. So like we say in the biz, hurry up and wait. The 6 building blocks are the 6 fundamental areas that intertwine with each other until your stage is set and your solid foundation is there. So let's start with the first building block, business tools. Like a camera operator needs a camera, the accessories and mounts that go with the camera, the tools to get what's in the camera to the editors. There are tools and templates that all business owners need. The first tool is a contact list. It helps you evaluate who you know, how well you know them, and who's missing. Who do you need to know? Everybody! Now I say that because before you judge someone by how they look or their resume, give them a chance. If you feel a connection, you never know who the person is connected to, how he could help you, or what he may be doing in the future. That said, another tool is a target list, because while everybody you meet could potentially help you, getting specific about who can hire you or with whom you want to work gets you working faster. So who do you need to know to get hired? Is it producers, directors, studio execs, heads of departments, crew members, casting directors? The tools to focus you on who you need to know are essential. In Greenlight U, I walk you through the evaluation process so you can figure out for yourself who's missing and how to manage the contacts you already have. In the first building block, I give you many tools that address your contacts because you need at least 200 solid contacts. And out of those, at least 40 of them should be in a position that can hire you. And out of them, at least 20 of them should be working regularly in that position. And of those 20, you should be the first or second hire for at least 10 of them. So if you did the math and you don't have the contacts you need, you now know you need to get to them. And why not focus on people who you really like? People whom you'll enjoy working. For me, going to networking events, set visits, giving seminars, coaching my one-on-one clients doesn't feel like work. Because not only do I love what I do, the people I work with are great people who I want to be around. To build a solid foundation for business success, the first building block is having the right business tools to build your contacts and pursue people you'll enjoy working with. I teach you many tools for this in Greenlight U, which I hope you're going to join us for. The second building block, mastering interviews. There are 7 steps to mastering an interview, and almost everyone I coach is missing at least 5 of them. Sometimes all of them. The most important thing you could be doing for yourself in an interview is showing up. And by that, I don't mean literally getting there and on time. That should go without saying. What I do mean is that when you are with people like friends and family with whom you feel comfortable, you have personality. Woo! Hey, how you doing? Come on, girls. So, why is it that when you go in for an interview, a huge percentage of that personality disappears?
You become the interviewee, and you are very serious about the project and your abilities, and taking in questions and thinking about how you think the interview would want you to answer that. What is the answer they are looking for, and how can you be that answer?
Because you need this job. And poof, you're gone. You have not shown up to this interview. You want to show up with the great personality that you have and express to them that you are the person they want to hang out with for 8 hours, 8 days, 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years. Because that is what an interview is really about. You got the interview because they saw your credits, your reel, your headshot, or heard about you from a trusted colleague. They trust you have the skills, but do you have the personality to fit into their project? Now, I know interviewing can be stressful. So here are 7 steps that when you implement, they free you up to be you. Number 1 is be prepared. Seems obvious, but so many people don't prepare for an interview. Number 2, focus on the relationship between you and the person interviewing you. Number 3, know how to pitch your skills so you stand out from your competition who probably have the same skills as you. Number 4, know how to pitch yourself so your interviewer realizes that because of who you are, that you are perfect for this project. Number 5, have a plan that you make during the interview so something comes out of it whether you get the job or not. Number 6, follow up. Number 7, an effective thank you note. The third building block addresses asking for help or asking for business advice from people you consider friends and haven't addressed the business side, or asking for whatever it is you need to succeed. If you have no problem with that, congratulations, because you are in the minority. Most people I work with are very uncomfortable asking for help when it comes to their career. For example, you may have a neighbor who's a big producer with a project coming up, and you don't feel comfortable asking him for help getting your resume to this person on his project who can hire. Yet, if you needed help like a jump start on your car, you wouldn't have a problem asking for help for that. What's different? Help is help. I've interviewed over 100 top industry professionals, and you want to hear a commonality they all share that you probably don't know? They all love to help people. They just don't know what people need help with. Asking for help is a crucial building block to a solid foundation, and in Greenlight U, I do a really wonderful closed-eye exercise that helps you shift your perspective and empowers you to ask for what you need. Continuing on to building block number 4, getting in the door. As you're building your foundation, you're familiarizing yourself with business tools to grow your contacts, and now know the 7 steps of interviewing so that your personality, woohoo, shows through, and you recognize that you have to ask for what you want in order to succeed. So now you need to get in the door and get meetings, because you may be the most talented person who does what you do, but no one's coming to knock on your door to find you. You've got to get out there and meet them. Otherwise, you'll be the most talented person in your living room, sitting on your couch, and that will get you nowhere. In this industry, talent just isn't enough. You may want to write this down. Here are 5 ways to get meetings. Number 1, if you already know them. Yes, it's okay to ask people you have a personal relationship to have a meeting with you regarding the business side of the industry. The key is to be professional about it. If you see a purple elephant in the room, address it. Say, hey, we've been friends for a long time and we've never talked about business. Would you be open to having a meeting with me to discuss some questions I have? Easy as that. Number 2, if you meet them out somewhere like a networking event, dinner party, or at a coffee shop, ask for a meeting. Number 3, get a referral from someone you know to someone you want to meet. Number 4, find an opportunity that connects you. It may be a Q&A where they're speaking or a charity they're involved in. Number 5, make a warm call. This may be the trickiest, but in Greenlight U, I have an entire section on getting great meetings with industry mentors and even give you sample templates for approaching them and a whole system for building that relationship by asking for something they can say yes to. Now, this is a really important topic, so I'm going to talk more about mentors in the next training video. Building block number 5 is a practice that all successful business owners in every industry do. I call it designing your career path. They call it creating a business plan. Whatever you want to call it, you can't expect to be a success without a plan and a clear path of how to achieve it. Here's an exercise for you. I'm going to ask you a series of questions, and you can either approximate the answers in your head as I ask, or you can pause the video. Give it some serious thought, write it down. Here's the first question. How many new contacts have you made in the past year? So last 365 days, how many new people have you added to your list of contacts? Question 2. How many network events have you attended in the last year? Question 3. How many interviews or auditions have you had in the past year? Question 4. How many business calls have you made in the last year? Question 5. How many business meetings have you had in the last year? That's it. No more questions. Except this one. Based on your answers, would you say that you've done the same amount of business work as a CEO of a Fortune 500 company? Because you are the CEO of Company U, which means if you want to be on the A-list, which means working regularly, getting paid to do what you love to do so people know you, that makes you a Fortune 500 company. And if you're not doing what other successful entertainment professionals are doing, you're not going to achieve the success they have. The first step is to get clear on what your end goal is, and then work backwards to create a plan for ensuring your goal comes to fruition. The final building block for creating a successful foundation for success in the entertainment industry is finding stability in an unstable industry. Look, you have chosen one of the most sought out industries on the planet. People come and go, jobs come and go. This is not like becoming a teacher and once you have tenure, you're almost guaranteed your job security. This is an unstable industry. You've heard of the corporate ladder? The bad news is our industry doesn't have one. There's no clear ladder to climb. The good news is you can build your own ladder. But before you build it, Give yourself a reality check in regards to the nature of the industry you are pursuing. Understand it's cycles so they don't scare you and you're prepared for them when they come. Take a moment to remember why you're passionate about what you do. You've been given a gift and you need emotional, financial, and physical stability so you can share it with the world. People have asked me, can I really have a career in the entertainment industry that I love, make money at it, and still have time for friends, family, self-care, health, spirituality, and fun? And my answer is yes! Once you understand the nature of the industry and take some steps to plan for the instability, you can build your life any way you want. You are amazing for following through with this training. I've gone over a lot, so let's review. First, we went over why entertainment professionals are more likely to understand and implement these building blocks, because we are storytellers. We are part of bringing stories to screen. And we wouldn't be doing this if we didn't care about stories. So as storytellers, we can get to know each other through stories. And the stories should have the X factors: experience, expertise, excitement. I also shared with you why if you really want to succeed in entertainment, this is the time to get the business part of your dream in order. This industry is global and you should want to be a part of the ever-changing technology, ways to connect, and opportunities out there. Then I shared the 6 building blocks to set the stage for career success, a stage that once you set, you can design your life any way you choose. So, you made it this far. I want to acknowledge you as someone who recognizes that you are 100% responsible for your career, and you have the power to make things happen for yourself. And because you made it this far, you must want to make things happen. And to do that, you have to take action, because as you know, you have a dream. And you can be great at your craft, but unless you pursue work like a business professional, your dream will most likely stay just that, a dream. As Walt Disney said, I never called my work an art. It's part of show business, the business of building entertainment. And before any shot, what does the director say? Action. So I'm going to give you an action challenge. I'm giving away 3 scholarships to my online Greenlight U before the 4th video training. So if you already know you want to join me, here's your action challenge. To win one of the first 2 scholarships, make a video sharing your dream of what you want to do in the entertainment industry and one thing you learned from this training that you now know you need to help you accomplish it. Post your video on YouTube, then come back here and put the link in the comments below this video. Then ask your friends to vote for your video. Their thumbs up and comments are votes. The 3rd scholarship is for the technology challenged. Share the same info as the video people, your dream and what you learned from this training that you now know you need help to accomplish, and then just write it in the comments below. I'll be judging the winner of that. Now, I hope I provided value for you today in this video training, and if you feel I have, share it with at least 3 entertainment industry people you know using the links below. Not only is there enough work out there, your odds of getting it grow significantly when the people you know understand the same foundational building blocks that you now understand. It's the equivalent to speaking the same language. We all need to build a community of supportive, helpful, creative people who can move up the ladders we build together. Have you ever heard someone say he's got it? She's got that it factor? In the next video, I'm going to share with you what it is and how you can project it. I'm also going to tell you why your success has nothing to do with your talent. Instead, it's about who you know and being an outside-of-the-box thinker. I'm also going to give you 12 real solutions for producing the new you. Now that you have the 6 building blocks, you must have these 12 real solutions projecting to greenlight your career. I'd like to leave you with this. Whether you were born knowing this was your dream or whether you fell into it, you are in an industry that people have probably told you that you are crazy to pursue. And we are sensitive people. When you have a dream to be a part of entertainment, it is a big dream and a very real dream. Do not let people diminish your dream or take it away from you. Any career that comes with big paychecks and big titles comes with high risk, high competition, high stress. Look at Wall Street, sales, advertising. We are risk takers. We are fierce competitors. And stress? Well, it would be more stressful to not pursue your passion, what you know you are meant to be doing. Think back to when you made that decision that this was what you wanted to pursue. And you remember that excitement? You said, this is it. I am going for it. I am going to make my dream happen. Hold on to that hope. You had it then. Hold on to the belief that you will make your dream a reality. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you are inspired. Now I'm going to take the director's role and say action. So you can enter your videos and comments below, and I'll see you on the next video. They've given me license to do whatever I want. Party! And we're starting with a dance party. Get the party going. I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. Franks.
Big up.
Pick up? Who's trying to pick me up? Encouragement. I love that movie. Okay, so dogs barking, messing up my video, need to stop. Dog on fire. Not literally, no dogs were harmed in the making of this video. No dogs were harmed in the making of this video. Though, if that one doesn't stop barking, there may be one. Holding for my grammar. Holding for my grammar. New moment. It's a new moment, it's a new dawn, it's a new day.